Hey guys, it's Coach Alicia here from Your Authentic Love Marriage Moment. I wanted to stop by and tell you what we have coming up. We have an awesome interview with Tanika Coulibaly with Buoyancy and hashtag his wife book. Also, she has a retreat coming up April 26th through the 28th. But during that time at the retreat, I am one of her guest coaches. Yay! I'm so excited. So if you are in the Atlanta area, stop by April 27th so you can meet me, Coach Alicia, with Your Authentic Love Marriage Moment. So we will see you there. Bye, guys. Hey guys, guess what? This is Alicia Cohen's, one of the Authentic Love Marriage Coaching coaches. My other guy, my better half, he's actually doing some interesting work today, but he is assisting me. But you only will have me today, one of your Authentic Love Marriage coaches, Alicia Cohen's. Guys, hey, we have an awesome set up today. We have an interview with one of my good buddies. Look, we haven't met face-to-face, but we will be meeting face-to-face very soon. But I have the wife coach of Buoyancy, Tanika Coulibaly. Hi, yes, she is actually here with me. Hi, Tanika.
Hi.
Welcome, Tanika. Welcome to Your Authentic Love Marriage Moment.
Come on now. Come on.
Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. We are here today to talk about you, to talk about your book, to talk about your women's conference, to talk about to talk about the things that you have done. We met last year. We had an interview with you last year and was introducing your business. But now you have some stuff on the horizon, and we are so interested to learn. But before that, I have your book overview. You are a Christian mental health wife coach. You are a motivational speaker, entrepreneur, ordained minister. You have over a decade of experience coaching wives.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us, let's start from there. Tell us about, so since we know what I've just mentioned, but go ahead and give me a little bit more in depth of that. And then we are going to talk about that fabulous book.
Come on now. Listen, thank you so much again. It's an honor and pleasure to be back here. It's been a year already. Man, that time went by so fast.
Because it was February, I believe. But look, we're going to check our facts.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Listen, it is an honor. It is an honor. I thank you so much for the opportunity, you and your husband. I just thank you for this opportunity to be able to just come on and speak to you and your audience to share, what we have going on. So yes, I am a mental health wife coach. I started coaching. Well, let's say it like this. I got my LLC a few years ago, but I've been coaching wives. I've been coaching wives for over a decade. Originally, I started in the church where I was a volunteer ministering in the church. That's kind of like where it really started from. But I've always been helping, different ones in their relationships and their marriages. I got ordained to be a minister because I wanted to marry, couples. Because originally I was doing both husband and wife. When I first started out, I was coaching both the husband and wife. And then I realized that I have more to pour in when it comes down to the wife. And so I kind of I still do premarital counseling for couples that's preparing for marriage. But I don't necessarily coach the husband and wife unless I've been working for the wife for, a certain period of time. And so I've been doing it for a minute. I absolutely love working with wives. The Lord told me one day I was in my bed. He woke me up one morning and told me that, you'll be like a Deborah. And he wanted me to be a wife coach. And at that time, I was really, really in tune with the marriages. I'm like, well, I don't want to be a wife coach. I want to be a marriage coach. That's what I've been doing. And so he said, no, you would be a wife coach. And, when God says certain things at certain times, you just, you don't necessarily understand it then. But as the time went on, I realized, what he was telling me. And so he has really given me a gift to speak to wives, especially wives who are in places and seasons where they're in a marriage separation. That's my area where I coach the wives who are actually going through a marriage separation, whether the husband is inside the home or the husband is outside of the home. These wives have biblical reasons to exit out of a marriage. So the wives that I coach, they have every reason in the book to exit out of marriage. All the boxes are checked. All the boxes are checked. Everything is wrong. Like I can actually leave from out of this marriage easily. But legally, right. But they feel this tug. They feel this something on the inside, and they feel like God has given them a divine instruction to not exit out of that marriage. They feel like God has specifically said, I want you to either stay, I'm going to give you restoration, be still, trust me, pray for your husband's salvation. They have gotten specific orders to stay in that marriage. And so a lot of times these wives are confused, like, why would God tell me to stay in a marriage like this? And he's cheating. He's abandoned us. He's dealing with drugs and alcohol. I'm dealing with the mental and emotional distress. Why would God ask me to stay in this kind of marriage? So these are the wives that I coach for the most part.
Nice. Something you said they have been ordered by the Holy Spirit.
God has given them in divine instructions. He's given them a specific instructions to stay. One of the stories I always share is the story of Moses, when God gave Moses specific instructions, and then even our sister Mary, when God came to her, he sent his angels to speak to her. And he said, "Hey, listen, God has chosen you. God has chosen you to do something that the world is going to see crazy. The world is going to be looking at you all kind of sideways. I always, what I do as a coach is very unorthodox. It's not something normal. The church would tell you, don't do this. Your family would tell you to not do this. A lot of people will pretty much tell you to not stay in this. Oh, you shouldn't have to deal with that. Oh, God doesn't want you to be in something like that. But when God himself has given you specific instructions to do a thing, you have to follow through and see what it is and why he has asked you to do something like this. So yes.
Nice. Yeah. So I love it. I love what you do. You said that you don't coach the couples, So look, if you have anyone that say, "Hey, I'm looking for that," you can send them my way, because
absolutely,
send them my way.
absolutely.
Yes, because we is something about men coming to coaching. They, some of them, they don't want to feel like the coaches. You're always on her side because you're a female. So we are unbiased, and sometimes the men, sometimes I'm on the man's side and talking to the wife, and sometimes, I'm like, okay, husband, get him.
Right. And that's what happens. A lot of couples reach out to me on my Google business page. And so I have a lot of men that actually reach out, who are looking for counseling, who is looking for, to do marriage counseling. And so I do send out a referral, give them a referral or, reference for them to do that, because I don't coach with my husband. And so because I don't coach with my husband doesn't coach with me. That's another reason why I said, well, let me just stick to just a wife, because when you have experience where I've had a husband and wife, it's like, the husband's looking at me like, well, whose side are you on? And again, like you just said, sometimes I'm on the husband's side, sometimes on the wife's side, but I don't want to be in that biased seat. And so I say, you know what, let me just not, do the husband and wife. Let me just stick to the wife. And then when I work with that wife for a long period of time, if her husband desires to, get coached at that time, then I'm willing to do it. But like brand new people that reach out to me, I don't do that.
And I don't blame you. You're right. You look, we all stay in our lanes. What God has blessed us with, what the assignment he has given us.
That's right.
And we stick to it. And then without one, look, if you veer to the left, veer to the right, then we out of order. So totally
right. Absolutely.
So now tell us about the book, and then you have to tell us about the conference.
Come on, Jesus. Listen. So my book, I have it here, His Wife. This book right here, baby. When I tell you it's the truth, because the warfare that I went through, it was like,
that's how you know.
The warfare was real. So His Wife came about. God gave me the title His Wife. God, that was something that even in my coaching business, is how I reference the ladies, and how I reference, just my coaching curriculum that I have. His wife was, a lot of times when we think about marriage, you think about, a wife being married to her husband and, okay, I'm his wife. But one of the things that God had pointed out to me was, I need you to be a representative of me in your marriage. And because you're a representative of me, you're not just your husband's wife, you are the bride of Christ. And so because you are the bride of Christ and you're operating as the bride of Christ, you are my wife. So you are his wife. So that's why I highlighted in that sense where, we're operating not just as a Christian wife, but we're also operating as representatives of Christ. And so that's what the book is kind of like. That's where it kind of starts at, basically saying that, your happy ever after may have turned into something, totally upside down. God has, brought a halt to things in your marriage because he's trying to get your attention. A lot of wives, a lot of, couples, they enter into marriages without knowing their purpose, without knowing, their assignments, without knowing, what God has called them to. They have this idea of what marriage is supposed to look like and that type of thing. And a lot of times they're unaware of, the things that God is calling them to. And so I try to, in the book, just really explain to, wives, you may be going through a difficult season in your marriage, but that difficult season is for God to get your attention, because he has other earthly assignments for you to do. He have other earthly things for you to attend to. And I always reference, going back to the story, in Genesis where, Adam and Eve, when, he said, let me put Adam to sleep. Let me get her and work on her. And I'm going to bring her back to you. And so in a sense, when, you're going through a separation, that's what God is doing. He's putting he's allowing that separation to take place while he worked on, you individually to, get you to a place where he needs you to be, because your marriage, a lot of times when wives are going through separation, they think that, oh, okay, well, God's going to restore my marriage. He's going to bring us back together. We're going to be happy ever after again, and yada, yada, yada. And it's like, this is not about your husband or your marriage. This is about your relationship with Christ and what he's trying to do in you and get you to see and build up that relationship that he wants to have with you. So that's basically what the book is about.
Hashtag his wife.
Hashtag his wife. Come on, Jesus.
I love it. I love it. So one of the things I like that you said is that he put Adam to sleep. And he said, let me work on you, Eve, right?
Work on you, Eve.
So when you think about that, for me, when you said that, it resonated because I'm thinking like, okay, God can't work on you because I need Adam to be asleep and out of the way because your focus gonna be on him. Your focus gonna be on what he did, what he didn't do, and everything. So I love that. Let me put Adam to sleep and work on you. Hashtag his wife.
Exactly. Right. And many times this is what's happening. These husbands are spiritually asleep. These husbands have, they have spiritually fell asleep. They're spiritually, shut off. They're not in tune with the things of the Lord. And so, of course, when God created Eve, he created Eve to be what? Her, the helper of him. Yes. And so it's like, I'm going to use you to be his helper. I need you to be a healthy, healed, whole helper to be able to help him. Otherwise, you will bring more damage to this man than good. Yes. You will cause more damage to him than good. And so I need you to now look inwardly at yourself and see, how have you contribute to the breakdown of this marriage? How have you contribute to the separation? How have you contribute to things going, sour in this marriage? I don't want you to focus on him. We're gonna get to that part. I'm gonna have my own encounter with him. But right now, I'm focused on you, the wife, because you are the bride of Christ, a representative of me. And because wives, the Bible tells us that, and I think 1 Corinthians 7, that a wife can sanctify her husband. That to sanctify her husband, in order for you to be that sanctification that you need to be for your husband, you need to be in a healthy, healed place yourself. You need to have your own personal relationship with Christ. You need to be able to operate in a way where you are putting your whole dependence on the Lord and not necessarily your husband. And so many wives get caught up in my husband, my man, where they are focusing only on the marriage and the things of the natural. And God's like, I'm trying to show you something so much bigger. So when we go to, 1 Peter 5, it talks about, a wife, she can win her husband over. She can win her husband over, just by her silence, by her, how she's acting, how she's responding. She can win her husband over, being a daughter of Sarah. This is one of the things that I'm trying to, help wives to, see. You need to get yourself built up in the Lord. You need to get your relationship with God right, so that you be able to be what you need to be when God goes and wake up Adam and say, hey, here is your wife that I'm bringing to you. Here's your helper that I'm bringing back to you. Yes, ma'am.
I absolutely love it.
Come on, Jesus.
And we as wives, we can right. How do we contribute to that? Because we contribute to the breakdown, the hurt, the disappointment, and are you a wife or you're a knife? Right. There's a book that I read a long time ago. And are you a butter knife? Or are you gonna just slap them? Okay. Or are you a steak knife? You're gonna cut them up because we hold that power.
Right.
Know, and so we're in covenant, and he holds that power too. So you're in covenant, and there is a power that you guys hold as a married couple. Love it, absolutely love it. Thank you so much for sharing that, because that is so simplistic. And so, hey, wives, hey, check it out. If you go and you need a wife coach, a wife coach for wives, she do groups and all. So I gotta add something else new to her plate. But if you need a wife coach, Tanika is the one. Oh my gosh.
Buoyancy,
girl, out. You can't help me. Buoyancy. I got stuck. But yes, if you guys need a coach, a wife coach, please look her up. And we have all her information here at Authentic Love Marriage Moment. Now, you know what that's right. Tell us about your women's conference that's coming up April 26th through the 28th.
Yes,
this
ma'am.
year.
Yes, this year. This year. So it kind of goes back in tune with the book. So last year, I want to say it was in August. The Lord had been weighing on me really, really heavy. Like, you got to get this book out. Like, you got to get this. You got to get this book out. And he was really, really like just on me. You know how sometimes you know that you're supposed to be doing something, but you've been trying to put it off, and it just kind of gets stronger and stronger. And so I kept on saying, like, God, like, I don't even know how to do this. What you mean? Like, I don't know who I need to talk to. I don't know how to do no book stuff. I don't know how to do this. Well, my sister-in-law had just recently wrote her own children's book. And so I really feel, and I had her come on with a group of ladies, in my entrepreneurship mentorship. I had her come on and share with the ladies, and the Lord was like, there you go, right here. Like, this is what it is. And so she was the one who actually kind of like helped me to do it. Like, I had all the information. It was like, God was like, you have everything that you need for the book. All you need to do now is just put the book together. And so he was like, you got to get this book out before this year is out. Like, you got to get this book out. And so he was really, really weighing in on me about doing this book. So we finally got through the book. And then right after that, I'm thinking, okay, whoo, I got the book done. We good, God. Like, I did what you told me to do. Let's go. Like, what's next? Then he stopped to me. Now it's time for you to do the retreat. I said, I'm sorry, come again. Like, now I need you to do this. And so I had a sunflower party a few years ago before me and my husband was separated for 2.5 years. And so the Lord had placed in my spirit during that time for me to have this sunflower party for all the people that had been helping me, for all the people that had been, encouraging me on my journey, for all the people that, had really, really been walking with me for those 2.5 years. He said, you're going to have a birthday party. It's going to be a sunflower birthday party. And at this party, it's not about you receiving gifts, but it's about you giving gifts to them. And you're going to speak to these women and tell these women and share these women the reasoning. You're going to just pretty much thank them for what they have done and what they have been to you, on these last, these 2.5 years. I didn't know God was setting me up for promotion during that time. I didn't know that, okay, God was preparing me that, you are transitioning now into a new place. And now, you're getting ready to, close the chapter of this. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate what y'all was getting ready to do. And, shortly after that, my husband ended up coming back home. My husband ended up reaching out to me. I had no idea what God was doing in that time. Okay. So when he told me, you're going to do something very similar to that, for this retreat. I need you to take the lead on this. I need you to get, go gather up, women who are coaches, gather up women who are, able to speak to women from different areas. Grief coach. We have grief coaches, wellness and beauty coaches, fitness coaches, marriage and relationship coach. We have marriage and relationship coach. Come on, Jesus. We have a divorce and life coach there. We have our ordained minister. We have a self-care strategist. And so he was telling me that I needed to gather up these people to bring us all together and not just have a wise, retreat, but to actually have a woman's retreat. And the goal of the retreat is to pour into these women as their transition. And so the sunflower is a representative of, you want to give these ladies flowers as they transition, because ladies been getting really, hit hard. And so this is a time in the season where I want to use you to pour into these women, get these coaches and help them to pour into these women in areas that these ladies may have been struggling through and navigating through. And they can know that, you can get through this. There is glory on the other side. There is light after this. Give them their flowers as they're transitioning. Give them their flowers. Give them that grace. One of the things I always highlight to my, wife clients is, be gracious to yourself. Don't beat yourself over the head because, man, I've been going through this hard season. I've been dealing with this hard stuff, but actually be gracious to yourself. And so the retreat is to really, really pour into women who have been dealing with things for a long period of time. 2 years, 3 years. They've been dealing with, lack of self-care. They've been dealing with, mental and emotional distress. They've been dealing with, maybe some physical issues, woman issues. I have 2 physicians that will be there who will be able to speak from a physician perspective. Who may be like dealing with, hormone stuff. They may be dealing with some, chemical imbalances, the importance of taking care of yourself, because if you're not taking care of yourself, it can lead to high blood pressure, diabetes, all these types of things. And then to have a self-care strategist there to really speak to the importance of self-care. So the retreat is really to pour into women in areas that they may have been struggling with, whether it's relationship challenges, marriage challenges, maybe they just got a divorce, maybe they're dealing with grief or loss, maybe they're dealing with some type of long-term, women's health issue, or, just a long-term situation that they've been dealing with, and they feel like, when is this going to come to an end? Like, when is this going to come to an end? And so to put pulpits in place, guest speakers in place, to be able to pour into these women and say, this will come to an end. There is light after this. There is glory after this. And so that's basically what the retreat is all about. Teaching wives, teaching women how to retreat themselves, teaching them how to get back to their whole, healthy, healed self. Get them in alignment with the Lord, get them, rejuvenated, get them renewed, reclaim their life, get back the things that they have lost, help them to walk into a season of restoration and know that there is good on the other side of this.
I absolutely love it. So one of the things that I heard you say about having self-care, and one of the things that brings me into remembrance of is we have compassion for a lot of people. Right? And because we have compassion for a lot of people, what about having self-compassion?
Come on.
It falls with self-love. It falls with self-care, but it's sometimes we don't have that compassion for ourselves. And have that self-compassion where we can place your hand over your heart and say, Alicia, I love you this morning.
Yeah.
And look in the mirror and really feel it, right?
Feel that.
When you say that, and you say that to yourself, all your cells, your whole body, your mind is coming into alignment, right?
Alignment.
So have self-compassion. We as women, as women, as wives, as mothers, daughters, teachers,
a lot of hats.
Right?
Yep.
All of that, all the hats we carry, have self-compassion for yourself. Right.
That's right.
Now, another thing, tell us, do you have a website where they, because we're going to also have the information there, but where can they go to sign up? And then also, where is your book located before we close?
Gotcha. So they can go to eventbrite.com or the link that you would share. They can click that link and it would take them, directly to the place that they can go and register their tickets. On there, it has like the, what we're going to be doing from each day. We have our early bird special that's happening right now that they can take advantage of. For the ones who are probably traveling from out of state or different places, we do have room blocks available. The room blocks is not included in the price. The price is for the, what you're going to receive.
The actual retreat.
The actual retreat. So that is not the price, but the room blocks are available. So once the person say, hey, I registered my ticket, I would love to stay at the venue. How can I go about, seeing that? Then they can reach out to me on my website, which all this information will be on the, eventbrite.com. But they can reach out to me on my website, www.marriagechroniclesbytanika.com, where I can then give them the link where they can go ahead and register and reserve their room. So all the information is on Eventbrite. Like I said, a lot of, of course, you have a lot of people here in we in the Atlanta, Georgia area. And so there are a lot of people that's like close by, but some people may be traveling and want to stay at the actual venue, which I encourage. I've been telling, my wife clients and some of the ladies that, follow and listen to me, like get them out of your four walls, like do something different for yourself, like retreat yourself. Like you can literally, do a getaway for $1,000, if you're in the States. Now, I can't say for the ones that's traveling out of the country, but in the States, you can literally take about $1,000 and put to the side to retreat yourself. Pour into your mental and emotional health, pour into yourself and learn how to retreat yourself and come and be around, a group of ladies who can also, help you and pour into you as well. So this is a really, an awesome time to just kind of get away. It's in the springtime. We're going to, have a sunflower ceremony, or you can actually come and dress up in your sunflower attire, and that's when we're gonna utilize women to speak and pour into you, share testimonies. I'll be sharing my testimony of some things, and just giving ladies their flowers. So all the information, you can go to eventbrite.com for the retreat information. And as far as my book now is you can purchase it either the paperback or the hard copy of Amazon.
Yay! Okay. All right. I absolutely love it. And I look forward to being there.
Yes, ma'am. I'm looking forward to being there.
I look forward to being at the retreat retreat only because I'm self-compassionate about me.
Come on, ladies, that part.
Right, that part. So ladies, let's talk about more in 24, more self-compassion, more self-love, and and it's not selfishness, but you're preparing yourself and retreating yourself to
That's
continue on with your family, continue on with your husband, continue on
That's
in your
right.
marriage, business, etc. So
Right.
I absolutely love it, love it, love it. And we're gonna
Yes.
stop right there, and we're gonna take you back to our green room.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you
Tanika.
so much. Yes, ma'am.
Hey guys. Oh my gosh, she is absolutely wonderful. I have compassion for my Tanika. Absolutely love her. Absolutely love her. So all the information will be there. I will be there. You will see me. You will see all the self-care strategists. I'm interested in listening meeting with her because I want to know what is self-care strategy, baby. Show me. And you can actually go back and look at it because she did appear on Tanika's call on Friday. So if you go to her page, you'll be able to see that. See the self-care strategist. I'm gonna go back and look at it myself. But thank you so much for joining us here at Authentic Love Marriage Moment. And don't forget to authenticate your marriage. Bye, guys.